Okay, let's jump right in. If you've always thought the Russian Revolution was this, inevitable heroic uprising, well, Sean McMeekin's book is here to challenge that.
It really is. He basically says that whole narrative is flawed.
Deeply flawed. He argues 1917 was less of a mass revolution and much more of an opportunistic, almost accidental event. A coup, really.
And that's exactly what we're here to unpack in this deep dive. We want to pull out the key insights from McMeekin's account, the specific facts that just completely change how you see this moment in history.
So it's not about these grand, unstoppable social forces?
No, not at all. It's about a determined minority, a small group, exploiting a total power vacuum.
Okay, so he's throwing out the hero story. This is about a power grab.
Exactly. And the first big insight is what caused that power vacuum. McMeekin's argument is that the main drivers weren't, some huge popular demand for Bolshevism.
Right.
It was the sheer crushing chaos of World War I combined with just the utter incompetence of the provisional government, the one that took over right after the Tsar fell.
Okay, incompetence is a strong word. What exactly did they fail at? If it wasn't popular support, what created that opening?
Well, it's pretty specific. They failed on two huge fronts. First, they totally alienated the peasants by refusing to just give them the land. They kept promising reform for later.
Well, people were starving.
Exactly. And second, they refused to pull out of the war. This disastrous, bloody war. That failure to maintain basic order, to deliver on anything. It wasn't just a misstep. It was an open door.
An open door for Lenin. So the stage is set by all this internal chaos. But how did the Bolsheviks get the actual muscle to pull off a coup? This is where it gets really interesting. We have to talk about outside help.
Absolutely. This is where you pivot from internal failure to a massive external factor. German money. German financial and logistical support.
The Germans.
The Germans. They were desperate to get Russia out of the war, to destabilize their enemy on the Eastern Front, so they pumped substantial resources to Lenin and his allies.
Now that can sound a bit like a conspiracy theory. What's the actual evidence McMeekin presents for that?
He argues it wasn't just a little bit of aid. This was the seed capital. It's what paid for Lenin's famous return to Russia on that sealed train.
Right.
And it provided the funds for their newspapers, for their propaganda, for organizing.
Yeah.
All the things the existing government was too broke and chaotic to counter.
So if you connect those dots, the internal chaos and the external funding, it really does change the story. It shifts it from a popular movement to
a coup, a textbook opportunistic power play. McMeekin's whole point is to get you, the listener, to see the calculated actions of these key players, not the, destiny of social forces.
And once they seized power, it wasn't exactly smooth sailing. The book is pretty direct about the immediate destructive impact of their policy.
Absolutely. He goes right into war communism.
What did that actually mean on the ground? It sounds pretty severe.
It was extreme. It was designed to funnel every single resource to the Red Army. That meant no more private trade, nationalizing everything. And this is the critical part, forced grain requisition.
So they were just taking food from the peasants.
Ripping it from them. From peasants who were already struggling. It predictably led to mass starvation, it fueled incredible resistance, and it worsened an already catastrophic economic situation.
And the way McMeekin tells it, that destructive outcome really sets the stage for the rest of the 20th century, how other communist regimes would operate.
Yes, and that's the core tension the book leaves you with. Was this history determined by these massive social forces, or was it all just contingency?
Yeah.
Pure opportunism and foreign interference?
That's a fundamental question.
It is. And the book is praised for making this really complex revisionist history feel accessible. It's a great read, but it also really challenges the specialists.
So if you really want to understand how power can shift, the difference between a real popular movement and a well-timed, well-funded seizure of power, this analysis is essential.
And here's the provocative thought to leave you with. How much of history, which we see as inevitable, might actually just pivot on a moment of incompetence, or on the precise, calculated actions of a few determined people? When you dig into histories like this one, you start to question all your assumptions about how political change happens.